But it's you know what's crazy about them? It's like it was funny because I was a fan of Cumtown.
Okay.
You know Cumtown?
No, but that's so him, so annoying. Is it him?
Adam Freeland
Yeah.
with
Like cum.
yeah, with like two other they had a huge podcast.
Yeah, no,
It was
yeah.
this underground like because now he's the Adam Freeland show.
Yeah.
So they had a show called Cumtown, huge show, like underground, whatever. Very janky, no video, nothing.
Yeah, he
And
started on his iPhone.
and then they built it up and they did the we're not recording, right? Or are we? Oh, okay, okay. We'll talk after.
Okay.
I was about to say some crazy shit. Even though we can cut it out, but still.
Yeah. Okay, so
No, I totally understand.
Yeah.
no, yeah, I
Because like the whole Taylor Swift thing.
okay, he's been canceled a couple times.
Yeah.
That's why Robbie's
There-
like
there's-
tread lightly, like with having him, because I want him on the pod, obviously.
Yeah, I'm
but-
afraid of going, but then it's funny because on the Adam Freeland show, like these big names are going on.
Huge. He
But I'm
just
like,
got-
they haven't heard the podcast I've heard.
Yeah, no, literally. He's like, but he's like, I know him
Oh no,
just
it's
through
not malicious.
personally.
Yeah.
No, well, and he's like the best. He's so funny. He's so cute. He's so warm. Like, so I'm like, what is this? But he's also really smart and just like doesn't give a fuck. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what is he getting himself into?
No, it's like they went from
Thank you.
the most non-mainstream to now mainstream, which
Yeah.
is crazy. One second. Hello.
Quick double check.
I'm
Yep.
filming something right now.
Can you
I'm
hear
gonna be
me?
home in like I'll be done like in
Okay.
another hour and a
look
half.
behind. Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, there's vets by me. Yeah, like it's just I guess you're grandfathered in at that point. Like they've done years and years of talking and you know what I mean? But like just I used to listen to that and I'd be like, this is crazy. Like they can never say like, you know.
Well, even now he like toes the line. Did you watch his interview with Chet Hanks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But
but
he's
it was like-
but it's more mainstream. It's on video.
Yeah.
But if you like the Taylor Swift thing, she had a boyfriend that kept getting canceled. Did you hear about that?
No.
She had a boyfriend before this guy
Okay.
that was like
Oh wait, the one who
I think it was the British
for like
guy?
10 years or like a long time.
Either him or the one after, I forget.
Okay.
But he kept getting canceled because they kept finding clips of him.
Oh yes, on TikTok. He
From-
was the 1975 guy, like who's on a band. He
Yes.
was like taking young girls on stage and like kissing them.
Well, he would just talk about the craziest shit on Cumtown.
Oh.
And then the fans would dig it up.
Oh, hilarious.
And then that's why he kept getting canceled.
okay.
Because on that show they just talk like they ignore the whole world and like
my
it doesn't
God.
work with the Swifties, you know. So do you have like an intro?
No.
Okay.
I was just be like, welcome to Long Winded.
What long-winded?
Yeah. You can say it.
Nah. I'll say it.
Oh, but
Hey guys, welcome to long-winded.
yeah. Okay.
Cool. Great. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
One more
perfect.
text. Sienna.
I'm excited to talk to her
She's great.
because she's a bisexual.
Yeah. Biracial, bisexual.
Same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm half Mexican.
But
no,
she looks Asian.
okay, but same.
she's a- it's true.
No, it's so confusing.
I'm just telling her we're recording.
Sorry, is it me?
You're fine.
Okay.
Just-
We're recording. Props.
I just
Done.
wanna make sure that
Oh
we're-
yeah, this is
12:20.
nice.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Two.
Great. Mike's best friend, keep it close, usual spiel.
With the gray.
Red, good clap. You like the angles? We're all good.
So timing wise, if we go, how long do you go? An hour? 45?
Yeah, an hour. Maybe.
Okay. When's the next show for my show?
So the next show after is yeah, so the next show is 1:30. So we got till 1.
Okay.
Because I was a
Mm.
little bit slow.
Okay, so we do this till 12:20 ish, and then mine 12:20 to 1:20. Okay. And then we'll stay here?
Yeah.
Okay. We
Oh,
don't have to
nice.
move? Okay. And then 1:30?
1:30 is the
Is-
next show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to like jump. Santa has to jump in. We have to like go quick. You know what I mean?
Totally. Well,
And I could do
we
like
won't do that.
45. I don't need to do an hour.
Yeah. No, same.
Okay. No
Okay.
same.
Is this it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Welcome to Long Winded, Vinny. Oh, sorry. I gotta sit up because this is like making.
But
my
if there
feet
was
look
no
like it's down
if
to
there
my
was no
knees.
show in the other one, I'd be willing to move to that one. I just didn't know. I couldn't understand the website, so you know what I mean. So we don't have to like rush out at 1:30. Just let me know.
That should be good.
Okay.
Maybe that was it.
I also never
Yes.
record podcasts on like Saturday mornings. This
I
is
know.
like,
Good morning.
this is so like
I was like, is this gonna
It's so
kill the
Gabby.
vibe? Is it?
I don't know. You're like bachelor. Like
Oh my God! Stop! You're putting me in a box.
I'm just waiting.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to go off the rails.
No, I can't. Just fucking wait.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to Long Winded.
Hi, good to be here. Good to
Thank
see you
you.
again.
I know.
Last time I saw you was on tour.
Yeah, what'd you think about that?
I kind of enjoyed it because I was kind of in and out.
Right. I didn't have enough knowledge in the biz
Yeah.
to agree to the whole tour.
hmm
So I was like 3 months sleeping on a triple decker.
Yeah, you were going through it.
Yeah.
It was. I felt really bad. I kept telling myself and telling you, I'm like, it'll get better.
No,
I don't know if it ever
literally.
did. You
Yeah.
know. I mean, look, part of it is amazing. Going to a different city every night, performing in front of those are like
Right.
theaters.
Yeah, no, they're huge.
I thought it was like this
theaters.
janky like little thing with like in like a school basement.
Yeah, no, there was some like that in like Oklahoma.
Okay.
So we had a
Ah,
range.
but you were like a rock star, like performing
Yeah.
in front of people every night. It's just the in between.
Yeah, totally. It's like, yeah, being in a new city every night isn't great for my routine. And like
Mhm.
mental health people are like, oh, like Brooke was just on and she's like, I'm excited for the routine of tour. I couldn't get into a routine because you're in a new city every night. And I was being dropped off on the side of the road,
Yeah.
like in a new climate sometimes.
It wasn't
So-
like we land, we check into the Four Seasons.
No, yeah.
We go to the spa
No.
and then we go do the show. It was like
Literally, I was muscling my 50-pound bag
yeah.
by myself everywhere we went. But everyone was like, we're honestly like so kind of shocked, not shocked at you, but you're a hard worker. Like when you do stuff like that,
Yeah.
it's like it's grunt work. You want to do it for the experience and like you just put your head down and get through it.
Yeah, I mean, look, even at the highest level of, rock stars like Taylor Swift and Drake or whatever,
Yeah.
they're still working hard.
No, totally. And
Like, to
touring is
just-
the only way for them to make money.
Right.
And like I think about like podcast touring and stuff. Well, first of all, do you like the live component of
I don't know about podcasting. What do you mean about
or
what?
just in general? I get real nervous in front of a live crowd.
Yeah.
Like some people like feed off that,
Right.
and it's like why they do it, but I don't have that.
Well, especially, the professional dancers, like
Oh,
they've been
yeah.
doing it their whole life. Like that's what they were, that's what they love to do.
Totally.
And
And it was more about them and less about me, so maybe that's why I hated it.
well, yeah.
I didn't hate it.
No, I know, but like as good as you were, like that's not what
Yeah.
you're in a trained ballroom, and
Yeah,
you're
totally.
performing like complex ballroom dances in front of
Right.
theaters every night. It's
Yeah.
crazy. With them, they could do it in their sleep.
Yeah, totally. And just like thrive off it. Like that is their rock star moment, which it was cool. But yeah, do you think about touring with the podcast?
I mean, I don't know if it'll translate really like in the
Yeah.
room, especially mine. It's just like so chill and
I
everything.
think that's how all podcasts start. And then you like kind of put something together because it is like
Yeah.
interactive, I feel like a podcast, a live podcast,
Yeah.
which is
It's just
fun.
like funny. Like I don't know, people that watch live podcasts is funny to me because it's like it's it's usually in like a stand-up comedy club, or I guess it
Mhm.
could be in a theater, and they're just like waiting for like the laughs, and it's just like I don't have any laughs planned, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to be
Um,
on. I went to Chicks in the Office live, or I was a guest on theirs,
Uh-huh.
and they did a really good job.
Okay, so
Basically, you get
maybe
fucked up before.
yeah.
Like you have to like set the vibes. They
Right.
have like a couple games. I think we talked about you.
Oh, nice,
It
nice.
was like kind of hot or not, and then
Uh-huh.
it was like all came down to one, and I think you were the winner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Should we talk about our love affair
Yeah, sure.
while we're here?
Yeah, sure. Gabby's gonna do my podcast too, so
Yeah.
We're just gonna do the same exact show twice. My
Yeah,
show is weird. We'll start talking
it's
about
not weird.
random things.
Yeah.
Yeah, our love affair. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
so how did it start, do you think?
Our love affair.
Was it genuine? Because you have a type.
I do have a type. I do have a
Yeah.
type, but
I'm outside the type.
I guess I mean, does everybody have like a type or a
I don't
taste
know.
or
Do you
something like
have a
that?
type? Do you think you
I
have?
think I do generally, but like nothing is off the
Because
table.
I've been studying you and your
You've been studying me.
podcast,
Okay.
and I feel like you like to talk about your type.
I that does come up. That does
Yeah.
come up. But I will clarify and say that nothing is off the table.
Totally.
It just like, certain people have a certain I do have a certain taste and type that I normally gravitate towards. I
Well,
like a little bit like a little thick
yeah,
with
yeah.
two C's.
Totally. Yeah.
Like you're so thick, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
So
exactly. Me and my
yeah,
dumpy.
yeah.
And on Dancing with the Stars, I was like rail thin.
But at the end of the day, you really need to obviously connect with like sense of humor
Yeah,
and someone you could be goofy with and stuff.
totally.
And yeah,
Mm.
the first time I met you, we had that rapport, like you're so goofy, like within 2 seconds,
Yeah.
already making the same jokes and stuff like that.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Um,
Okay, yeah.
but
So,
yeah, so like but what happened was like you were engaged,
yeah,
you
quote
know.
unquote.
Pretty much that's what people don't know. Like pretty much the whole time we did Dancing with the Stars together.
Yeah.
And then you were like, forget this guy, I need Vinny.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. But then I got obviously that ended during that whole thing,
Yeah, and let me tell
which is
you,
wild
well,
during that show. Like that, like what a time for it to end.
yeah, no,
It's
literally.
not like you were doing anything big and important. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
No,
Besides the
I'm being
show?
sarcastic.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it wasn't like just like a breakup that was happening just like on a Saturday afternoon. You're like in the middle
Oh.
of Dancing with the Stars, the most stressful thing anyone can ever go through.
Oh yeah. Well, we had started. Well, first of all, what I was going to say is the whole studio went ape shit. Like not really ape shit, but the guys were like all
When
of a
you
sudden after my breakup, like
Oh yeah,
became
like
public. Everybody was like, the
she's single
men.
now.
They're like, "Oh, you look pretty
Yeah,
today,"
yeah.
and like just kind of slyly putting like whatever, saying some comments like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck? Like I didn't get this kind of attention before."
Right.
But
Well,
no,
guys are respectful then.
kinda. Not really with the swoop.
Yeah.
You happened so fast. No, I'm just kidding. But it was like we had obviously been going through some things. And so I had felt it for a little while. And then I was like scheduling with PR. I'm like, how do I do it?
How do I break
Should
it?
I, yeah, should I do it? And they were like, put it in a package. So it was kind of, which is whatever, the thing you see before Dancing with the Stars. So it's kind of like
Oh.
closed ended.
I forget that that's the same network, so that like
Yeah.
your narrative continues on that show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's all tied together.
Right.
So they're like, all right, we'll make a like you were still on The Bachelor, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of. They would have like guidance when it came to TV
Yeah.
because it wasn't like a social media thing. But yeah.
But yeah, so you were doing that, and then like just at the tail end, you broke up, and then what did I say first? I said like something like, "Thanks, baby mama,"
Oh yeah.
or something like
No,
that.
you love that's your shtick is to like start on Instagram in the comments. So when I realized I wasn't the only girl, not
Oh,
no,
stop.
come on.
No. I never
no.
comment. I never
No,
comment. I like a
after
lot of
me,
pictures.
After me,
Who else? Like I
it
comment
was
like,
she's like a beautiful Pilates instructor.
oh, from
See?
another show.
Yeah, caught red-handed. I'm
That
not
wasn't
the
at the
only
same time.
one.
It's very rare.
It was after.
It's I don't give out the I don't I
I'm
give
like,
out,
he's making me look bad.
no. I give out likes like it's hot like it's
Yeah, that's
whatever.
your thing. I
Hot
know.
cakes. But the comments like usually, I talk to and stuff like that. I someone like I know, someone I talk to a little bit because I
Yeah.
know that that's gonna get like a big thing. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
no, it popped off.
Yeah.
I think it was
But
so
I was
fun.
saying baby mama is almost like I wasn't even
Okay.
like that wasn't like
Here
me
we go. Here we
trying
go.
to like swoop in and date you. That was like our banter,
Okay,
our
news to
rapport.
me. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
once
No.
once I knew it was on the table,
Yeah.
then I started to go with it. You know what I mean? But at first, it wasn't like I mean, the press made a whole relationship out of it.
Yeah,
Obviously,
which we love.
Yeah.
I was rolling in that. No, I remember.
it was so annoying.
Not really.
I
It
mean,
was fun
because
to stir the pot. I think so.
I guess, but
and our fans were dying for
you were
it.
in the middle of the show. Every the press afterwards, it
Oh,
was all
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, but I'll
I'm
talk
like,
about
"Guys, I'm off the
whatever.
show."
Yeah. I remember Coco and I, we literally had like a junior high debrief in the bathroom of Dancing with the Stars, which is basically like kind of like an outhouse. No shade. But we were in there for like, I don't know, like a half an hour, both late to practice, just talking about you and
Yeah.
gossiping like little girls, like mic'd up, covering our mics.
Oh my
It was
god.
so fun.
Yeah. But, we had a great time the whole time, and then that whole shtick thing
Yeah.
happened at the end when I was off the show.
Right.
But I was only off the show 1 week, so then I came back for the finale. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't really have time to, like, for this love affair to really
No.
blossom into anything, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And then I went and I left, and I went back to New York. You went
Yeah.
somewhere,
To Colorado,
Denver.
my parents' basement.
Yeah, you went to your parents'
Yeah.
basement, and then you went in, like, LA or something,
Yeah.
and that was it.
No, I know that
That
thing.
was
Now
our
I'm a
love affair, guys. Yeah,
lesbian.
now you're a lesbian,
How do you
so
feel about that? Do you take it
uh
personally?
no. Why
It's
would I
your
take it first?
fault.
Well, yeah, yeah. Oh,
No.
I was the
No,
last. I was the last straw.
No, there are a
I was
couple
the last
more.
straw.
No,
No,
but
that makes me look really bad because it makes because
Yeah,
people
it's
think we
on
had
you.
people think we had like an actual relationship, and then you're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck men after me."
Yeah.
We didn't have a relationship. It
No,
was like a couple Instagram comments. I'm not the last. I wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back. But yeah, no, it's great. Obviously,
Which I feel like I need to clarify for because like people are still getting to know me. Obviously, you're just my second guest, like
yeah,
kind of in this, but it's like I say lesbian, but who knows? Like sexuality is so fluid, so it's
mm,
like in a lesbian relationship. But
right,
I
right.
do wonder because it's like people are like, "Have you ever heard from your ex boyfriends?" It's like, no, but why would I? They wouldn't comment. I don't think if I was on just a new relationship in general. But I guess if roles were reversed and one of my ex boyfriends was now like a homosexual, I think
You
I'd
would
be happy.
call him?
I think I'd be happy for
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
You'd
kind
be
of be
like,
like,
"Slay
"Congrats."
queen."
Yeah, literally. "You're one of me now. Now we can hang out and have a
No
relationship."
wonder why we got along so well.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
But what do you think like guys think about that? Like, do they take it personally?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't because
Well,
like
you like
I like
lesbians.
lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lesbians like me.
Do they?
Yeah. If I shave the beard, I look like a lesbian.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, totally
Um,
androgynous.
yeah. or just like a Spanish guy. I look like Remy.
Okay.
If I
Okay.
uh,
Self-proclaimed. Nobody said that.
yeah. I get canceled all the time, so just
No, I
it's
mean
annoying.
just like all of a sudden you're Spanish.
I
You're
went
the
to I
most
went to a,
Italian.
I went to a lesbian bar in New York once.
Cubbyhole
Yeah, years ago, and
Oh,
I got
yeah.
so much attention.
calls it the pussy
A
hole.
pussy hole. Nice.
I've been.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I got
last time I was in New York.
I got so much attention because like I walked in there thinking because I've also been to gay bars too
Yeah, obviously.
with my gay friend.
How'd you like?
Fuck you mean obviously.
Is there something you're not telling us?
Nah, I'm just like I'm comfortable in my own skin. I can go anywhere. But no, I've been to and it's funny because in the gay bar, no one really went up to me. The gay guys were like super
Sad.
super respectful. I'm like,
Oh, really?
I
You
know.
just take that personally?
Yeah, I'm
what
like
the
fucking
fuck?
like, come on, guys, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
you take good
I'm
care
like,
of
have you
yourself.
seen this butt? Um,
And like gay guys love straight men.
they were just, yeah, they do, but they were just like respectful because they just don't have that like, I mean, I'm speaking generally, but like when you walk into
Yeah.
like a straight bar, I guess, or
Right.
whatever, every guy's just like
Yeah, so
eyeing each other up and just like, it's like all about like just who can get the best girl and,
this
like,
is news to me. Oh my God.
yeah, the gay ones, they were just fine. They were just, everyone's just like chilling, having a good time.
Yeah,
I love the
well,
gays.
totally. It's like confusing to me and I do this. It's like, how come, you think I'm like, oh, I know a gay guy. I know two gay guys. Why don't you guys just date?
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
like so not like
No,
that.
no, no.
And obviously they have like types.
Like, you guys
and
don't
want
hook up with
different
each other?
things. Right. I'm
You're
like,
not,
you guys are both so
come on.
hot.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I do think like gay men, I mean, this is whatever, like I think it would be the worst sexuality. Two men in a relationship together.
Yeah.
Like literally so much ego, so much repression.
I think they also have the
they
highest
have it the
like
worst.
infidelity rate.
Oh, I'm sure. They almost have it's like when I meet like a gay couple who are married, I just
Yeah.
like assume they're open.
They have to be. 'Cause
Right.
they're men, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And men, you put two of them together. And I think someone told me once that like it'd actually be pretty lit, you know, because you could just like get
Vinny,
laid.
just let us know.
You could just get laid anytime you want. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
what do you mean?
Like all
Oh,
it
because
takes,
there's so yeah,
like guys will fuck anything, like for
yeah,
the most part.
so
Speaking
much
generally,
supply.
right? So you know, it's hard for a guy to get laid with a woman. Like
Yeah.
people think it's easy, even for like the most successful
Let us know, Vinny.
rich guy. It is hard.
You.
I mean, it's hard for any
Yeah.
guy to get laid. It is. It is.
Is
So
it though?
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
not as easy. I mean, for some it's easier than others, but it's like if it was two men,
yeah.
it will just be like I think that they just have to look at each other. I think that's like the call for gay men
Make eye contact.
for more than 3 seconds.
I'm fully dead.
Because
So if not, you're just walking around the bar with your eyes closed.
well, no, like
For a
guys,
second.
if guys see each other, they just do a quick like, and then they
Yeah.
keep it moving. But if two guys look at each other and they look for 3 seconds, I think that's the tell.
Damn.
And then next thing you know, they're like, "You want to suck each other's dick?"
Literally. So
I'm like, that sounds like so fun.
right.
Like
You're like looking at girls at the bar for 3 seconds.
they're
and
like,
they're like,
"Get
getting the
away from me, you
Yeah,
creep!"
they're like getting the security guard.
Yeah.
I was a shot girl for a short amount of time in college, and I would get every guy who looked at me like kicked out.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you make
No.
it past, you're done for.
The gays are like, "Look at me, let's do
Yeah.
this." But what I was saying was when I went to the cubby hole, I got a lot of attention.
Did you? You liked it from like femme lesbians
Both.
or like oh
Both.
yeah.
Both, yeah. I don't know. Like I've you know, I had a threesome on Jersey Shore with 2 lesbians once.
Oh my god, I just heard you talk about that.
Yeah,
and
they were
you
on
liked
they
it.
were on the non-femme side.
Okay.
They were kind of like hybrids. They're like tomboys.
Hybrids.
Yeah.
No, that's a good way to put it. They're alien. Me, I'm still working on like my vernacular and
Yeah.
like what is
That's why
appropriate.
I keep my gay co-host with me because like
Totally,
she
she can
teaches me.
sign up.
She teaches me. Yeah.
I know. Even with like, well, Robbie's like, you can say dyke now.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
like, babe, I'm not saying dyke.
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
just
yeah.
sounds, but I
You
understand
can
it
say
is
anything as long as it's not. I mean, not anything, but you know,
right.
if you know where it's coming from a good place and stuff like that.
So so like you had the threesome with the 2 butch lesbians.
Yeah.
So like was it, I mean, I guess so obviously one didn't have a problem with penetration. Because
Both of them didn't. It was a long time ago. People were a little drunk, and
all
we were
fucked up.
we were
Yeah.
out. Like the cameras were involved, and they were just like, it was cool. It's like hanging out with like my
Your
bros.
friends. you get to have sex with.
Yeah.
No, you should explore, Vinny.
Yeah. That's why I like bisexual girls too, though, because like
Yeah.
it kind of is that kind of it's all about energy, you know, the masculine, the feminine, and I'm a little bit both. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit masculine. I'm like 80-20. I feel
Are
That's
you?
yeah,
I
like
feel like most people
80 feminine. No, no.
Yeah. What are your feminine parts? You're
Oh.
sweet. I feel like you're sensitive.
Sensitive. Like if you walk into my house, like
Yeah.
everything is pristine,
I
like
love that.
out of like a magazine.
That's like OCD.
Well, yeah, but
Femininity, tomato, potato.
no, but like the way I decorate it is like, you know, super like femme. Like everyone, like it looks like a woman's touch is in there.
Yeah, you have
know
good
what I mean?
taste.
I also
Yeah.
like this is a weird one, but like I don't own a cat,
Okay,
but I like cats.
I think.
But I also have
yeah.
a pit bull. So
Okay.
like I would have a pit bull and a cat.
And a
Like that's
cat.
like the blend of like everything. You know what I
Totally,
mean?
you're like, this is me. The pit bull is like
Right.
80% bigger.
Right,
The
right.
cat
I want a
is-
Sphinx cat. I want like the one with no hair because it like it
Oh.
matches the aesthetic of my apartment.
I'm fully dead.
But I don't want it to scratch my furniture.
No,
Anyway.
oh my
um,
god, no! I'm like newly a cat person because I feel like you can connect to them in a way that
Yeah.
you can't with dogs.
Yeah.
And like,
but if a guy has a cat, I'm like, he's a little sus
right, yeah, unless you can like back it up, like
with the pit bull. The pit bull's like you're like
yeah, with a big scary dog,
insurance. Yeah.
or like a Doberman.
But not like so I know anyway. I mean, you
Yeah.
walk in there and they were giving me attention. You know, I'd probably would be able to maybe find another threesome
do you like do you
at the
do you-
hole,
oh,
at the pussy
at
hole.
the pussy hole?
Yeah.
Do you, when it comes to like that stuff, are you kind of attracted, okay, like to lesbians, bisexuals, because you feel like they aren't into you? Like, do you kind of like the challenge?
That was that was definitely a part of it. Well, first of all, like just at the surface level, I remember that night, like I was just seeing 2 girls make out.
Yeah,
And
you're
just like,
hot.
Yeah, just like the guy in me is
Yeah.
just like, I like this.
No, that's why you like lesbians and bisexuals. It's just 'cause,
That's how
like,
it starts.
you're
Yeah,
no,
for sure.
totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then there was probably a thing about like, it seemed like more of a challenge and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
but also like it wasn't like I was getting these girls that didn't like me to like me.
Right. They
They
were kinda into it,
they
which
were
meant
into it. So I'm like,
right.
oh, I'll be your guys' like naughty little science project.
Spank me.
Yeah, that you want. Like, I'll be your little sex toy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your little sex slave.
Use me.
Yeah.
Tie me
Yeah,
up.
use me. That's how I feel though in any kind of threesome though. Like,
I've never had a threesome. I don't think I ever will.
yeah, it's fun.
I'm so lazy though.
Yeah, it takes a lot of. It is a lot of work,
Yeah.
but I like when everyone's like on the same page and
Yeah.
not where like I'm being the one that's like dictating and blah blah blah. Like I like when the girls do like kind of like the lesbians. Like I like when they're
Yeah.
truly like into it and it's like a vibe. You know what I mean?
Right. No, it's just
Yeah.
like another like part of sexuality to explore. And like the taboo element makes it so fun.
Yep. It's another thing to explore. It's like more people.
Yeah.
More the
More
merrier.
Three's Company.
Yeah.
Did they
Yeah.
bring any toys into the bedroom?
Nah, the Jersey Shore producers probably checked it at the door. I
Oh.
was their toy.
They're like, oh,
I'm like a
okay.
real
You're like, I
live
loved that.
toy
You
with a
love to be
soul attached to it. Yeah.
right. Well,
But
you were maybe objectified in that night.
I don't care. That's fine.
No, you liked it.
Yeah, I did.
Are you dating now?
Yeah, I'm dating a little
Okay,
bit.
just
I go
around.
on dates. Not dating anybody.
Yeah. When's the last like relationship?
Last relationship was like during COVID, um, like 2021 kind of thing. It
Okay.
was like about like a year.
Was it public? Do people know who it is?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you kept it a secret for a year, or you like?
Yeah,
Is that something you would want to do in the future too? Like,
like keep it a secret.
yeah.
I don't like. It's weird. I don't know. Like, the people that I date are normally out of the public eye.
I've heard you say that, and
If it was
I
like
don't.
you
Yeah.
and we actually dated, I wouldn't
Right.
like hide you.
Yeah. Fuck no. I'd be like, damn.
She'd be like, TMZ, what's
Yeah.
up?
Selling all the stories.
Yeah, I'm at Vinny's house right now.
Yeah.
But nah, the girls like that like me, like my type,
Yeah.
what we were talking about, they don't even know who the fuck I am.
No.
Yeah, they don't. They like heard of my name or something like that.
Well,
So
that's kind of fun in New York because I do feel like you can be like a little more anonymous. Like nobody gives a shit about me, and
yeah,
I love it. I
yeah,
was telling this bartender for the first time like that I was the Bachelorette and now I'm a lesbian,
yeah.
and like seeing her face was priceless.
She's
I'm
like,
like,
what?
this
Like,
is a fucking skill.
yeah. Nah, it's dope. Like, people I like dating people that don't really know and stuff like that. I don't do it on
Yeah.
purpose. They just like don't know. And then yeah, I'm not gonna like just thrust that person into the
Into.
public eye for like,
Do they feel like they're being hidden though? Like would
no,
they
they hide
think that?
themselves. Yeah, they
Oh.
hide themselves.
Okay.
I've
Wow.
had it in the past, I think, where they might feel a certain way, but I'm like, if they start to get thirsty for it, I'm
Yeah.
like, something's not right here.
Okay.
It's a red flag.
Okay, but on the other hand of things, I feel like if my partner didn't want to show me off, like that's a red flag to me. It's like your whole life is on social media, whether we like it or not, it's a part of our culture.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like it kind of feels like it's more effort to keep it hidden.
it is effort to keep it hidden, but these are like normal people. Like I feel like I'm protecting them in a way,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys don't realize like that as soon as like this happens, there's gonna be,
Death threats.
death threats. There's gonna be articles written about it.
Yeah.
There's gonna be like
A deep
Jersey
dive.
Shore producers calling you.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because I still
yeah.
do that show. And I'm
Right.
like, I don't know if you're ready for all that. And we only know
Yeah.
each other for 2 months. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, again, normally it's someone that doesn't even want that. That's not the kind of life they live.
Yeah, Robbie and I definitely went through that in the beginning because she was like pretty known for her comedy, kind of like she's like a comics comic. That's what she says. I don't know.
I didn't even know
what
she was
the
a
fuck
comic.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's like pretty big in the stand up
Oh,
scene.
hell yeah. I do stand up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Mhm.
I know. I want to talk to you about that. Where she's at the Cellar tonight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I know. No, she performs like the big clubs in LA and New York. But
Fire.
she just like when we started dating, I don't she just like didn't understand the Bachelor Nation of it all
Yeah.
and like kind of how big of news it was going to be. I'm like, even for just coming from such like a heteronormative world on The Bachelor, like now me being a lesbian or dating a woman, I'm a
Stop
lesbian.
saying that because you
No,
keep making me laugh.
no, that's literally me on Dancing with the Stars and the Breezeway. I'm a lesbian now.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, Gabby, stop. But but she's like, and I remember sitting her down one night, like we were maybe 2 months in or something.
Meanwhile, this whole time, I'm like, on my podcast, I'm like, I'm not gonna bring it up. I'm not gonna bring it up.
What, me being a lesbian?
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's all I want to
We
talk
we
about.
talk it. We talk about it every second now. So no,
Yeah.
no, this is fun.
Because it's such a big part of my life,
Yeah.
you know.
I
But
know I hate people that do that. Like they have like such a big part of their life, and then like they don't want to talk
yeah.
about it. I'm like, what do you mean? You talk about it all the time. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just like my experience.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like kind of fun to talk about. I know like some people are gonna be like, this is all her whole personality now. I'm like,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. I don't fucking know. But
Figuring it out. What were you saying? Oh,
I sat her down and I was like, just to let you know, like we had been dating for 2 months, lesbians get serious early. So I had
I
like,
hear that's a thing.
yeah, like
Because
you
I post a lot of
highlighted.
memes about like, fuck texting, move in tomorrow, and everyone's
Yeah.
like, that's what lesbians do.
Yeah, you're a lesbian.
I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, you could be.
Yeah.
Well, like
Why do you think they do that?
I think there's no games really.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think
Yeah. That's how I feel.
have like I think girls just in general like operate differently.
And they maybe want to like they don't like every guy I feel like they're afraid of that commitment because they're so afraid of letting go like all the options.
The
So like
guy's
even if
afraid of
yeah,
letting go of yeah.
so even if he's in love with you,
Right.
he's like, oh, I don't want her to move in yet because I still got to do
Right.
this. I still got to do that. I got, like 1 foot in the door, 1 foot
Heard
out
it
the
here
door.
first.
But lesbians don't have that like biological underpinning of like,
Exactly.
I need to fuck everything around me.
Right,
forever.
biological or societal. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it is I know it's quite the opposite. I was going to say
So when they meet
something.
somebody, they, so you sat her down and
Yeah, so I sat her down and we were getting serious and I had like just told my manager because I'd been sitting on it for a while and I'm like, okay, fuck, I need to like tell this guy, because it's obviously gonna like affect my career.
Mhm.
And he was like, okay, shit. Like how do we like this is big information. How do we navigate it and whatever? So we had just kind of started having talks about how to tell. People are like, why'd you have to go on The View? It's like, because obviously, and because you can't have that conversation on Instagram.
Yeah.
And it's like in my story, a write-up would have happened. That wasn't my words. That
Right.
didn't come from me. It's like I feel,
No, The
you
View
could,
was great.
yeah. But I was telling her, I was like, this is gonna be a big deal. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, Bachelor Nation is like crazy as fuck. Honestly, in the best way. They've been like so supportive of her. But I'm
Mhm.
like, turn off your like messaging because you'll probably get death
Death threats,
threats.
yeah.
Yeah. And like kind of like protect her. She's like, I don't understand. And then when we finally did it, she was having articles written about her. They went on a deep dive. She was
Mhm.
like, I'm a media darling. She
Yeah.
was like, we were in People Us. So she's like, I really didn't understand until it happened.
Yeah.
So like I get that from
And also, it's fun while it's happening, but not to say this to you, I'll relate it to myself. If
Yeah.
we ever broke up,
yeah.
now, it's like I'm still in this world. This is what I do for a living. This is not what you do for a living. You have to go back to a normal life, like
Right.
being like a teacher or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you have this kind of like scarlet letter. You have like a V.
Yeah, totally. But do you think it's really like that? I don't
What?
know.
Going
Like
back to
having
the-
trouble like going back into the real world after something. I'm like, I feel like people
Yeah.
go back to jobs like after reality TV all the time. Like
It's more
kind of like
common nowadays, but at the same time, again, if that really wasn't your thing, then it's like something that you would have opted not to have.
right.
know?
Just not be in the public eye in general. Yeah.
Yeah, or just have that like attached to you, like
Right.
that like history and stuff. But it's
Yeah.
not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Maybe I have to get over it a little bit. I'm a little bit
Ye-
too protective and empathetic over it.
Yeah, because that was my thing too. It's like, okay, if we had further down the line, it was like we were dating at 3 months, and then that's when I went on The View, and then it was like we obviously
yeah. How long were you dating for when you did that? When you made that choice?
3 months, and like
Okay.
our trajectory was like going not even fast. Like we don't live together. People are like, "Do you live together?" So
Well,
we're
3 months in lesbian years.
Yeah.
That's like 3 years.
is a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right, you just feel so close to each other. So I'm like, I can see this going somewhere. It's harder. I was getting spotted at lesbian events, and people like this one girl, I was walking through because they have like lesbian line dancing in LA.
Lesbian line dancing is crazy.
Yeah, there's like such like a chic LA lesbian community.
Uh,
I'm sure New York too.
probably.
But people were like, "What are you doing here? Like, we're happy to see you here, but like what's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's just a matter of time before it gets out before me anyways." But yeah, every time we would like fight and stuff, I'm like, "Fuck, I put her in this position."
Yeah.
But I'm like, "You know what? It's on the onus is on both of us. Like she wanted to too. So at some point you just
Yeah.
kind of have
And
to
she's a
like
comic, right?
yeah, and it's like I mean, not to like toot my own fucking horn, but it's only like I think helped
This
kind
is
of
good for
put
your
her
career,
on.
baby.
No, literally, she's popping the fuck
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
also
Well,
she's
the
been
goal of a of a comic, like again, is to be in the public eye.
yeah. Yeah,
So I'm
no,
talking about
she
people
wants
that are
it.
like nurses and that have
Right.
these like small little lives and shit, like that don't want to be famous.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
all of a sudden it's like, yeah,
right.
so you got to
Do
be
you think
careful.
that's like compatible though with like your lifestyle and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is. I mean, it might not be with the reality show that I still do
Right.
because
Because all the significant others are now on the show,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So,
Yeah.
you have to kind of be willing to do that. But my regular lifestyle, I'm a normal guy. I'm not
Yeah.
like,
No,
fucking
same.
I'm totally chill. I'm not like
Yeah.
running around being like a celebrity, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I could totally
No.
just be with like a normal person. I will say though, in terms of I am looking for something more serious
Okay.
and
Yeah, I've heard
like
you say this.
yep,
This is
yep.
exciting.
I get a
So
lot of heat for this.
have you been in love before? Do you think?
What is love? That's
Right.
that's a
I
clip. I don't know. I mean, I think that like I've definitely said I love you
Yeah.
to people,
Yeah.
which is I don't say that to everybody.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was,
Mhm.
but it was just like a lot of things aligning of like physical attraction, mental attraction, lifestyle, and
Mhm.
everything, and then just saying I love you to someone. If that's maybe that's what being in love is. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I
Maybe
mean?
you love them, but not like in love. I guess, yeah, I kind of feel like I'm in love for the first time just
Mhm.
because I've never felt so emotionally connected to someone.
Yeah.
It's like that's a very big feeling. But before, and like we're in couples therapy, we started early because
Good.
we're like
Good.
lesbians, I guess.
Yeah.
And like we
We've
just
been
had,
together 3 months. It's
yeah, literally.
14 years.
Yeah. But we were just having like we just weren't speaking the same language. Like she's Jewish, grew up in a huge family, like
Mm.
always running her mouth and like which I love. And I grew up like a little more quiet. I'm just like riddled with shame just like from the beginning for no reason for just like existing.
Yeah.
But so we were like okay, we like really I think love each other and we want to be able to like make this work, so let's get into therapy. And
Smart.
then I
Yeah.
realized that I just had like so many things that subconsciously that were keeping me from really going in deep in a relationship. It was just like so much avoidance.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I know. I don't. I mean, I was in the relationship. I don't think I was ever really ready to settle down like I am now.
totally. Yeah.
And that's all it is. That's like
And
the
that's a real thing too.
end of the story. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If
Maybe.
you're not ready, wait, what?
Maybe.
No, I'm
You
saying if you're
might
not ready when
right.
I was in my 20s or whatever, there's really
Well, that's what I
nothing
told
else
my
to kind of make excuses for. You know what I mean? I
right.
just like wasn't ready,
That's what I
and now
told
I am.
myself too. And that is like a big part of it because I think you're willing to fight, but it's like there's so much that you have to uncover too. It's like is your type so specific because you're like being avoidant.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it is specific. I think that I don't know. I try to get what I think I deserve.
Totally.
Like I bring whatever I bring to the
That
table.
Victoria's Secret model from Brazil.
I don't deserve her. That's totally me just being stupid, and I admit that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
No, I
Which
love
is
it.
funny because I do deserve her.
Yeah. You're like, but actually.
But like I know that I'm not gonna get her because like
Yeah.
there's supply and demand. She's gonna be with like some billionaire that's way
Yeah.
whatever than me. And
You're
also,
like, but you're probably close.
I don't know. I don't know. I
Maybe
don't.
not a billionaire, but
No,
it's like,
not a
what's a
billionaire.
million to billion? We should
Exactly.
talk about your finances.
Oh my god. Nah, like yeah, I want like the Walmart version of her.
Yeah.
Which
It's like your poor next girlfriend.
yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah.
gonna listen to this.
Nah, they don't. I'll tell her to her face. But nah, like yeah, I do have a type and everything, but
Yeah.
I feel that Yeah, it just I think I'm more ready now. And eventually there's always gonna be a hotter girl. There's always gonna be
Yeah.
whatever. And
Yeah.
it's gonna take, I'm in therapy
Oh,
and
you
the
are.
therapy I'm in therapy for other things, but we get into like,
Yeah,
relationships and stuff.
it all comes back.
Yeah, it all
Yeah.
comes back.
Yeah.
And eventually you just have to, if you want to start a family and you
Right.
want to, not die alone,
Yeah.
you have to make a decision and you have to
Yeah.
make a choice. And then at that point, sure, it's about love, but I don't think love is the most important thing. At
Yeah.
that point, it's finding like a compatible partner, thinking
Right.
about the future. Starting a family is like starting a business. You're sharing your finances with them.
Yeah.
And that's why like
Well,
you should be picky, you know what I
yeah.
mean? Because like I'm not just dating someone for a fling. I'm like, who am I gonna like give my credit card to?
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
wild, you know what I
Me.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah, too
Had your
bad.
chance, you blew it. You became lesbian.
Yeah. I'm being punished.
Yeah, yeah. So
No,
that's where I'm at.
yeah, I get that.
Do you want to have kids?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you ever want to have kids or just like no?
I never like had a huge maternal instinct. I was a
Mm,
nurse for 8 years and it took everything out of me. I think like I am kind of a natural caretaker, but
yeah.
I'm always like always afraid of being taken advantage of. So I'll like take it back real quick if I feel like I'm being too nurturing.
Yeah.
And I didn't have like Robbie and I always talk about it's like we didn't have the best childhood. So like now we get to be kids because we just get to fuck around,
Mhm.
travel, have fun, no responsibility. And
Right.
like we're both pretty into our careers, you too. So I feel like that is like will be our children.
Mhm.
But yeah, back to the like monogamy thing. It's like monogamy's for lesbians, not for
Yeah.
the straights. But
Right.
it is like it does feel because I mean, I did go through a lot of doubts in the beginning. I'm like, oh my God, am I ready to just like be
Be
with a
with one
woman?
person.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, and forever. Like, do I miss like whatever dick?
Mm,
Which like there's tools. So it's like fine.
yeah.
But it
How's it
is
working out?
it's work. It's like, okay.
I need some dick.
No,
Poor Robbie.
no, I know. No, it's another thing that we're
She's
like,
a comic though, so you could probably talk like funny and freely, right?
oh yeah.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. No,
fire.
she's the
It's
funniest
not like
person.
some uptight lesbian. Like,
No, oh my God, she's so not uptight. And yeah, she's so open. We talk about everything. But
Gabby needs some dick.
yeah, no, and it's like another part of our relationship to explore together that's just gonna bring us closer.
Uh oh. I haven't. No, never mind.
What? Say it.
I said, am I gonna have another lesbian threesome?
Yeah. No,
You
she's
could
not
use
into
me.
that. No,
You
you'd
could
have
use
to
me.
be a girl.
Oh shit! But they don't have a dick.
Yeah, well, there's
But
some
she
you can
want.
strap
But
on.
okay, okay.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it is like an active we're like back to monogamy.
Yeah.
It is like an active decision, which I think people don't want to think. They're like, if it's the right person, you won't think about it, but it's just not true. It's like
Yeah.
not real.
No.
And it does come because like I think temptation and lust is just a normal part of like being a human,
Yeah.
but being an adult is like keeping it in that place and not
Mhm.
letting it come into your relationship and not acting on it.
Yeah, and also like I think that, the family unit and structure like keeps society alive.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Okay.
why marriage still exists. Even
Right.
after all of how crazy the world is,
Yeah.
people still get married because like they want to have children.
Yeah.
And, it just again it becomes almost like
It's like an institution, but for the
yeah,
better.
exactly.
Yeah.
That for society. Because
Right,
we need
right.
humans, right? To
Yeah,
exist and stuff.
totally.
And those they need to be raised by parents and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
you have to not everyone has to do it, but a
Right.
lot of society
The
still
good ones.
yeah, not those fucking
Yeah.
crazies.
Yeah.
But the good people, that aren't sinning.
Yeah. I'm a lesbian. I'm a
Yeah.
heathen.
Yep. They're starting families and doing the thing. So, and again, I just think that I want to, but I'm also like a little bit of a hybrid, like so as traditional as I, see in terms of me being a provider and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm not looking for like a saint, you know what I mean? Like
What's
she's gonna be kind of crazy,
okay, you
Like
want a
I
girl.
always run into like I talk about like bisexual and
Yeah.
threesomes and shit because every fucking girl I meet here is
Yeah.
bisexual.
Well, no, yeah, and it's, like, more fun. I don't know, like, I think most people, not even women, are more fluid than what we think.
Yeah.
It's just, like, obviously society's like,
Yeah, but I
just
think
date the
women
opposite.
you
But
you see more bisexual women than you do
yeah,
men.
right, because
Men exist for sure, but, you know.
yeah, I think women are, like, naturally smarter, sorry, and we've already had to, like, overcome a lot, like, society doesn't put us on the top, so we're
Uh-huh.
used to kind of being the underdog, so
I was
it's
gonna
like
make a top and bottom joke, but
no, please.
I don't have it.
Oh. So it's, like, easier to kind of, like, break out, and we're more fluid, and, yeah, it just kind of, like, I don't know, it does seem easier than men, but I do wish more men who truly were bisexual would just say it, because I don't think it would be a turnoff for me.
Okay.
I think it would be, like, a sign of them getting to know themselves.
Mhm, mhm.
'Cause it's almost like it's like, yeah, with a woman, I think Robbie and I, we've just been through similar shit, literally being women and, like, even now being in the industry, so we have so much to talk about. Our emotions are the same. We, like, get each other, so it just kind of, like, makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like I don't totally believe the straights.
Mm.
I've never felt like this emotionally connected with a guy,
Right, 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 right.
but maybe
Which
also
which would be, if people had to guess why you made that decision,
yeah,
that's what I would assume.
yeah,
That you feel
I'm
like
like,
so
because of
emotional.
you.
Yeah,
No.
because men are not like that.
Right.
Men suck, you know what I mean?
Well, it takes them longer. It's like I've maybe been in love like a couple times before, but one, I wasn't ready. I was like in my 20s. And I think I always knew like if we got into therapy and broke down some walls,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Yeah.
But like I feel like I can just be more myself, I think, with a girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because you like you just
Yeah.
said, you relate to them and all that stuff. So yeah, there's that school of thought, I guess.
Yeah.
But then there's also another one where it's like you kind of like that masculine and feminine, like
Same.
yin yang
Yeah,
to
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
work each other out and
Right.
stuff
Which
like that.
I,
Like even emotionally, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
you got like the hard stoic guy and then like
Yeah.
soft nurturer.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the woman is the hard stoic one and the guy is the,
Right.
emotional one.
Totally. I know that's something I quite haven't like totally figured out yet. Cause
Because I do
I,
think like life is about a balance. You need those two. You
yeah,
know what I mean? You can't have
beginning
two
day.
like really high emotional people.
Yeah.
I mean you can, but like, it's
Yeah.
better if you have someone to balance the person out. You know what I mean?
Right, totally. I know people who are like 2 women in a relationship, too emotional. It's like, men are emotional too, though.
Yeah.
It's
Just
like
it's just two people and then
right.
getting the balance of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because we definitely have a balance. Like, I am very feminine, like, to my core.
Mm.
I don't, like, know why. I feel like it's just, like, the way I've always been.
Yep.
So, but now being in this relationship, I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta be the boyfriend and the girlfriend." Like,
Right, right.
sometimes I'll have to take care of her or, like,
You
me
both
just,
got to
like,
be a
bringing
little
her a
bit of
glass of water. I'm like, "Get your
right.
own water."
Right. I should be
You
getting the
know?
water. I'm the
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, no, but and sometimes she will, like, she'll, like, kind of lean a
Yeah.
little more into the
That's
masculine.
interesting. So you both got to do the both. Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
but I don't, like, love. I don't love being the boyfriend.
Right, right,
I
right.
always wanna be, like,
Me
the
neither.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But we do.
No, yeah, I don't know. I think that like being yeah, like being like a nurturer and stuff, like when
Yeah.
I like a girl, like maybe it's my feminine energy, but like I like obviously guys like being little spooned.
Yeah.
Well,
They
big
like to
big
be the
spooned. They like to be the little spoon.
okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like it feels good when
that's
a girl's
cute.
like holding you
Right,
with
right. It's
some
just being cuddled.
with some strength. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I had
you
this
wanna
girl
be
I was
suffocated?
yo, I had this girl I was dating and she kind of was like manhandling me a little bit. You know what I mean? I kind
She, like, moved your legs into,
yeah,
like,
I
the fetal
liked it. I
position?
liked it. I think because
Yeah.
she was a dancer.
Oh,
So she
yeah.
was like
Like
placing me.
right,
You know what
right.
I mean? I'm
Yeah,
like, "Oh,
how you should.
this is so fun."
Yeah, you're like a rag doll.
Yeah, yeah,
She's
yeah.
throwing you around
Yeah.
in bed.
No, but like I'm being like the I felt like the love behind it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I like that. I like a girl that like my favorite thing is when like the girl that I dated in COVID, like I used to pick her up from the airport and like the first thing she did was
Mhm.
like just grab my arm and like put her head there
Oh,
and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah.
And because I guess my love language is like physical touch.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it felt good. I don't know why I brought that up, but it was just the energy thing with like
Right.
a woman is not just like
To be the
sitting
little
there.
spoon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right.
A woman's not just sitting there like doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it is some It's just like a different kind of energy, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah, and big spoon doesn't necessarily mean masculine. It's like girls can do it too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
'Cause it is yeah, I think that's something I'm like, I need to work on being the big spoon probably because I just like being the little spoon.
Yeah.
But
I
there
like
is
both.
it's like I want to, like to give to her what she gives to me, but I'd say I'm just really affectionate baseline.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess like that's why I also say, you know, when it comes to some of the things I say, I might come off like traditional and
Yeah,
whatever, but like
'cause you
again, I
y
think you need like a mix of just both masculine and feminine, and like men are taught to just be masculine by these
right.
like alpha guys on the internet and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I'm like, now you're going too far
Yeah,
right with it or whatever.
right.
And that's not cool either. You know,
Yeah,
I
it's
think you
just
have to kind of have like an in between. I think it is important to be masculine for sure,
yeah,
and for a guy to do guy things and take
yeah,
care of himself and stuff
yeah.
like that. But I don't think
Like,
that
what's like a guy thing? Like, what do you mean?
like
Like, hit the gym.
hit the gym,
Yeah.
take care of yourself because like you respect yourself and your body, then
Yeah,
you know it all comes within. Then you start to like just the way you do anything is the way you do everything, kind of.
right.
So like make your bed every day,
Okay.
go to the
These are
gym.
just, like, good traits to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But men, you know, you might see a lot of guys just playing video games, unopened pizza boxes
Oh,
everywhere. You know what I
totally.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
like become like you know, more responsible, structured.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
agree with that. Men have
yeah,
really lost their way in that.
yeah.
It's like if I'm going into your apartment and it's still like, I don't know,
That's most men I know.
looking really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Because like, you know, again, it might not be considered a masculine thing
Like
to
they
like be
'cause
super clean.
right,
You know what
they'll
I mean?
still get girls having, like, a
Yeah,
dirty ass apartment.
yeah. And they're like, she'll clean it.
Oh,
You know
oh
what I
my
mean?
god. Yeah.
But there's that. There's the gym, obviously. You know, being able to protect
Yeah.
if something goes down. You know what I'm saying? Like
Totally.
being able to like punch somebody in the fucking
No,
face if someone you
literally.
know gets into a fight with your girl or something like
That
that.
is one thing, like, I kind of well, because last night we had
You're
a
like, I'm in judo
I
classes.
know,
I gotta be
literally,
the
I'm like, "No,
boyfriend.
this is me," because,
Yeah, yeah,
like, I feel like I have, like, an intuition
yeah.
always, whatever, like, I'm a nurse, I'm a girl.
Mm,
So last night, we were in an Uber, in a minivan Uber in Dumbo.
yeah.
Like, I don't think a bad area,
No.
right? So, this is the last time I'll ever get in a minivan Uber, but, we were in, and then these young kids threw a snowball at my window like an
Hmm.
ice ball, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then they got closer, and the Uber driver, like, rolled down the window, I think to, like, whatever, try and, like, tell them to go fuck themselves,
Yeah.
but then he got scared, but also I think he was kind of entertaining them, like, "Do you guys need a ride later?"
Oh.
The vibes were way off. They started getting into the
Oh
minivan,
my
and, like,
god.
Robbie was next to me, and
Yeah.
she wasn't, like, I'm like, "You need to put your body in front of me," like, at this point,
Someone
like,
needs to protect
yeah,
me. Uber driver, somebody. I hate being a lesbian.
no, I know. Me being a
Yeah,
girl,
yeah,
like, I'm in
yeah.
high heels, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
So she
In
just,
her
like
defense, though, I would do the same thing. I'd be
yeah.
like, I don't know what to do here. No, I'm kidding.
No, no, literally, because everybody was kind of in shock. It was all the Uber driver's fault. He should have fucking drove
Yeah, yeah,
off.
yeah.
He didn't drive. Like he was whatever. There was no locks on the doors.
Oh
I think
god.
because of the kids.
Yeah.
So I'm like, just for a safety thing, I couldn't lock. But this crazy ass girl was like cussing out the Uber driver and then opened the door, and I had to close it. I'm like, I saved my own life.
Yeah.
This is
Where's
like
where's the
right. What's the
chivalry?
point? Yeah, but
Yeah.
it works out in other ways. But I hope does that happen a lot in New York?
Anything, yeah, crazy shit happens in New
Really?
York. For the most part, I don't mind it because there's always people around and it's like
Yeah.
so normal that everything kind of like works like my sister used to go to school, my little sister used to go to school like upstate New York in the middle of the
Mhm.
woods.
Yeah.
And I was like more worried about that than her going to school in the city.
Oh, real
Even though the
yeah.
city's so crazy, it's just like there's
There's
cops everywhere, there's people like the
yeah.
woods, it's like Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on? You know,
Right.
that's where like all those like weird Netflix documentaries happen.
Yeah.
But over here, no, like
There's
people will
just
get into a fight and then it'll like keep it moving. You know what I
totally.
mean?
That's why, I was almost like, I would feel more comfortable on the subway, which is
Yeah.
counterintuitive, but because
So we can
this
get a little
Uber
shady at night though, which is
yeah.
crazy how more never mind. I was gonna say
What?
more things don't happen, but like
Yeah.
they do.
Oh my
um
god. Yeah, no, I
everyone
know.
just
It
kind of
is
just
like
does their own thing, you know.
right. It's like you love New York.
I do. I
Yeah,
love it
you're
here.
like
Yeah.
a New Yorker.
I am. Living in LA kind of taught me that this is where I want to be.
Totally.
I
Yeah.
think I wasn't really craving LA. I was
Yeah,
more craving a city to
totally.
pursue my
LA is not a
dreams.
city.
Well, it is.
Well,
It's just
it's like a
another
group
city.
of suburbs, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's not
I
like
don't
New
mean like even
York.
a I just mean like where like a metropolis where people go to like collaborate and
Okay,
do you could
yeah.
chase your dreams and stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I could do that in New York too. You know what I
Ye
mean? And it's closer to my family. It's just
right.
that the only thing is that you just have a smaller space. You don't have a backyard, but you also don't have to
Yeah.
drive 20 minutes everywhere. So
Right, which I actually, don't mind. Like, I do see the pros and cons of both. I can't really decide, but the event last night didn't help me to, love New York. I don't know how I
oh,
feel about New York.
what was that one again?
The Uber driver
Yeah,
where
oh, that event. Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
I'm like,
okay.
"Fuck." I was, really shaken up. I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah,
But it is fun. Like, I love being here. There's an
yeah.
energy about it. I
Only
feel like
like
people are
certain.
actually nice. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're a New Yorker,
Yeah.
you're not very nice." But I'm like, saying
No
thank you
one
on the
cares who
street.
you are. They're like just
That's what I
they're
love
either
about
nice to
it.
you because they're nice to you, but like they're
Right.
not like trying to collaborate with you.
Yeah.
Like everyone
Like,
in
"What can
LA
you
is
do
like
for
trying to make like a
me?"
TikTok. You know what I
I'm
mean? I'm like,
like,
this
"Not
is
again."
yeah. I'm like, is there any like genuine connections here? And like it was funny because like
Yeah.
when I was first starting out my career, I used to love clout. I
Yeah.
used to love like going to this party
Clout
and
goblin.
being like, yeah, cloud demon.
Yeah,
And now I'm not like that at all. Like if
totally.
I'm in like a cloudy type
'Cause do
of
you think it
room,
actually helps you? Like, the clout guy
yeah, it does.
adjacent?
Well,
Yeah.
because like look at all the YouTube. Like I'm on YouTube now trying to get my
Right.
shit going, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like all these people they just like jump on each other's dick, and so I'm not really like that anymore. Like I feel weird being in a cloudy type of room and stuff, and
Yeah.
that's all LA is. And here
Yeah.
it's not that at all.
Yeah, you can just, be yourself.
You could just like be yourself and just walk amongst the street with everybody. You can be in a cool room. Like I go to like Zero Bond all the time, which is like a
Mhm.
lot of celebrities,
Yeah.
but it doesn't, there's also, they're so intermixed with like business people and
Right.
just CEOs and shit. Like they're like
Yeah.
the least cool person in the room. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
no one cares.
Yeah, no, totally. I feel like New York has, a lot of that, but I
Where
like
do you guys live?
we're on the East Side, so
In
that's
LA?
yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's where the
okay.
queers are. I just wanna, get
Sidewalks.
high on the couch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't wanna be in a room full of, who's
Comics are cool
who.
though. Like comics,
Yeah.
like there is a world of LA where
Yeah.
like it's real artists,
Mhm.
not just cloudy YouTube TikTokers,
Right.
where it's like they're dope to be around. Like Dancing with the Stars. Like
Yeah.
those dancers are like real people. They're
Right.
there actually pursuing a passion. They don't even have like, well, they have Instagram followers, but
Yeah.
people that are real artists there don't even have followers.
Right.
They're like actually like you ever see those memes about like a real dancer compared to a TikTok dancer?
No.
Like the real dancer could be doing like the most intricate thing
Right.
and it'll get no views. And then a TikTok dancer is just like,
It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a
Hitting the
savage.
woe. Yeah.
And it's like 30 million fucking views.
Right,
You know what I
and
mean?
because they're
That's
just,
LA in a
so
nutshell.
hot and young, and,
Yeah.
some of these trends that pop off and,
Yeah, yeah.
even,
You're like,
the
oh, my back.
right. The context doesn't even have to be that good. I'm like, "Oh, because this girl's just, so fucking hot." Like,
Yeah.
that's why. But
Yeah.
no, yeah,
But like, yeah, comedians are the same. Like I love that's what I went there for. I wanted to be immersed in the comedy world.
yeah.
And then I realized that I also have that here. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, New York is great for comedy.
Yeah. So that's why I love it.
Yeah. No, there is, a fun part of it, and it's also really intimidating, at first. I mean, we've been dating for almost 10 months now, but being introduced to her world
Mm,
and, the comedians, because 'cause you're like, "Fuck, these people are, really talented in
yeah.
their art and smart and
They're so cool
funny."
though.
Yeah,
They're
but
like because they're all damaged. They all have their own shit. So like they're like they have
totally.
like I rarely meet comedians with egos and shit.
Yeah.
Like at the Comedy Cellar, like you just walk into like they have the restaurant up there
Yeah.
and there's like no
Oh,
security. There's like they're just fucking
yeah.
like eating there, like and
Right.
then performing downstairs in front of like
Yeah.
hundreds of people. Like, you know
I
what I mean? Like
know.
legendary, but
Yeah.
they're just normal people.
Just, hustling.
Yeah, just hustling and shit.
Yeah.
Even at whatever level they're at, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
And I
no, they
love
love
that. I
it.
love that community because a lot of communities aren't like that. Like as soon as like an
Yeah.
artist, like a musician pops off, they're
Right.
untouchable.
Yeah.
You know, they have like security around them. They're just like
Totally.
they're just like I'm a celebrity now. But comics
Yeah.
don't move like that. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, it's so collaborative, and I feel like you just, appreciate the hustle in somebody else. It's like, okay, because I mean, Robbie does, big shows, and she's brought up Sebastian.
Hmm.
I can't pronounce his last name.
Maniscalco.
Yeah, but and like other
Like
one.
like she's open for him?
No,
Oh.
like they've been on the same show. So like
Oh,
you
cool,
bring
cool.
up your next
Oh, yeah, yeah,
comedian,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, he's out here hustling too,
yeah.
and like random people will show up at smaller shows just
Well,
to like
comedy
work on
also is the
stuff.
only thing that like the art form that you're always starting over.
Yeah.
So it's like you can have like the most amazing special, and then you're starting from the beginning
And then you
again,
have
trying
to
to get new
burn your
material.
material.
An artist
Yeah.
could just do the same fucking songs over and over again forever.
Right.
Once you have that hit, or even
Yeah.
dancers, you know what I mean? Like, they're
Right.
out there doing the same dances and stuff. But,
Yeah.
artists got to go back to the bottom of the barrel. I
Right.
mean, comedians have to go back to the bottom of the barrel every time,
Yeah.
try out the new jokes,
See
suck,
if
be
they work.
horrible,
Yeah,
be horrible.
literally. Yeah. That's the thing with comedy that I can't. It's like people, I feel like stand up is like having a moment. So people are like, you could be a stand up. I'm like, you guys don't know me like
Yeah.
at all. I feel like I just don't want the pressure. And it's like, I can't be funny on cue.
Yeah, you learn. I'm in a couple classes.
Okay.
And I
Oh
do.
my God. Cause I did improv. You've done
Or I've done improv,
Yeah.
zip zap zop.
I had a terrible experience.
Really?
Yeah. I quit via email
Oh
after the
shit.
third class.
And I did like 6 years of that shit.
I know you loved it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I feel like I was in like, it was just like 101. It was once a week.
Yeah.
Nobody was having fun. I was
Really?
in a class with like all these like kind of weird drama guys, like men.
Uh
So like trying to have chemistry with them, I'm like,
Yeah.
we don't relate.
huh.
Like,
But no, but they do. They have some comedy classes, and comedy classes are weird. Like it's hit or miss. No one can teach you how to be funny. I've taken
yeah,
some ones that were
no.
not good,
Right.
but the one that I do now is good. Like the guy kind of like it's your own jokes and stuff, but
Mhm.
there's like a formula of like words and stuff and
Yeah.
and emotion. And when you
Okay.
put those together, you start to like sound like a comedian and
Yeah,
you're like,
you're like, holy shit, I'm a professional.
yeah, you start to like kind of like be like, oh, I can kind of do this. It's still very raw,
Yeah.
but that's kind of like where I'm at now because if you were to just ask me like, when I didn't do it, I would be like, how are they doing that?
Right.
How are
Yeah.
you going up there
Right.
with this tone, making people laugh?
Right.
Where did you think of this stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
Because
like
there has to be
you're
something behind
hypnotizing the
it.
crowd. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'm like, how are you just doing that in front of a group of strangers? But
Yeah.
you start to kind of unveil the curtain a little bit.
Yeah,
And,
which is
you know,
what? Like, do you have to have like a build up and then the punchline? Or
yeah,
like
like you want to like obviously have like it's like less is more.
Mm,
I mean, every comedian's different. Some could just tell an amazing long rant and be funny.
yeah,
But for the most part, there's like a premise, a punchline, and like an act out.
yeah,
And then once you like do those, you
uh-huh,
just like, it's like the same shit.
yeah.
It's like,
I'm like,
why
oh,
is this straw green? And then blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, I was at Starbucks and then she was like, and then I was like, and then like people laugh at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then sometimes it's funnier than others, So
right. And some of it is just, it's like a lot of it is so embellished.
yeah, yeah.
I
I don't
always
know what
thought
that means.
like, like a lie.
Using a lot of big words.
I
I'm
know.
taking them as disrespect.
Yeah.
Okay? Watch your
Stupid
mouth.
ass.
Yeah, that's from a movie.
No, but a lot of it, it's like I'll call Robbie out. I'm like, that's not true. Like, what
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
talking
But
about?
no, she's doing
I'm
an
a comedian.
she's doing an act.
Yes, exactly. It's like
Yes.
not everything is true. I mean, there's some comedians who pretend to be something else completely.
Yeah.
It's like that is fraudulent, but naturally they have to like embellish a story or like make it funnier.
Right,
Because
right,
not
right.
everything that happens in
Yeah.
life is funny.
Yeah.
Are we up? Okay. No,
Wrap up
perfect.
naturally, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, what are you doing now? Really quick, what's your next thing?
Well, I do Jersey Shore still.
Yeah.
That's on its 7th season. I think it'll still be airing when this comes out. Of Family Vacation. So
Okay.
that the Family Vacation has gone longer than the original at
Yes,
this
I
point.
heard you say that. That's so crazy.
Crazy, yeah. Whatever. It's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
People might follow us till we're old, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
Um,
And would you do it until you're old?
yeah.
It keeps you relevant, which is nice.
Yeah, it pays the bills.
Right.
And also, it's like we're kind of just ourselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like we're just being ourselves. Like it's
People just
a lot
wanna
less
see-
stressful than I remember when I was doing Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I could not wait to fucking go and
Film
then
for Jersey Shore.
and go talk about like Angelina getting a divorce. Because like on
this
that,
is my wheelhouse.
yeah, because on that show I'm like learning like, fucking
Yeah.
I'm learning like the waltz, the
Buttafogo.
Buttafoco,
Yeah.
while also thinking about next week's double dance
Yeah.
that you had to start prepping for. I'm like, bro,
Literally.
where is the fucking Paulie D? Like, you know what I mean? I get paid, for one episode, this whole
Right.
entirety of this show. You know what I mean? Like, what the
No,
fuck is going on here?
actually. Why did you agree to do it? Or did they
I don't
like
know. I always wanted to do it.
oh, did you?
And I'm being a little facetious. I do
No, I
like
know.
I do
I've
like
just always
the
wondered.
yeah, I do like the competition element of it, and
Okay,
I've always
yeah.
wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And it's great exposure. It's great thing to do on your bucket list.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was I'm not saying I wouldn't have done it again. You know what I
No,
mean?
totally.
But
But I just
obviously,
always
only we
wonder.
know how
Yeah.
hard it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People think it's easier.
I know people are like, would you do it again, like an all-star season? And I'm like, low key, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
All Star, no, no, no. But I'm
Right.
glad I
The
did it
further,
once though.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. I'm like, once is enough.
yeah.
Okay, thank
That's
you
it.
so much.
Great to be here. Sorry we didn't have a love affair.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have Gabby's gonna do my podcast too. So something went wrong with Vinny. Make sure you guys check that out. And yeah,
And tune in.
tune in.
Yay. Okay, I have to pee.
Me too.